My parents used to say, all of our culture and tradition is only a generation away, that we may not have it anymore. Just one generation can change a whole entire community, a whole entire tribe, by something that one generation does or does not do.
The history of Choctaw stickball goes way back. Long time ago, back in the ancient times. Villages, other tribes, other clans from all over would gather together for one of those huge games. Sometimes there were hundreds of ball players out there playing on the field.
Without our traditionals, we won't be where we're at. There's some things that some of them want to change, and they go about changing that. Sometimes there are things that is more important not to change, and it lets you know where you stand, because it tells who you are and where you come from. And in order to know where you are going, you have to know where you've come from. So that there's why I say, you know, some things are more important not to change.
These girls are more than just a face and a wave and a smile. We have bright minds. We are the future of not just Choctaw Nation, not just Chickasaw Nation, not just all these other nations that have pageants. We are the future of this country, of these people, and we have to be seen as more than just a face. We have to engage in conversation because we have ideas and we have a future. Our culture, our heritage is built up on this resilience and fighting through adversity, and people trying to take away what we have and what we've learned, and still continuing to teach our customs and still continuing to fight.
I love what I wrote down. Some things are too important not to change. So important not to change, right? You know, there's just certain things you don't want to change or shouldn't change about your culture, about your influence, and it's not all about change.
Yeah, where you come from informs who you are and what you can do. It's beautiful.
And to that point, you know, I encourage all of us. I think this is something that I just, you know, just getting out of my own area and you know, getting back to nature just a little bit is a really enriching kind of experience that we all should participate. I encourage you all to you know, take a walk in nature right now. All right. No, it changes things. All right, let's go. Here we go. You're always going to give me a house. Continuing education requirements, as we've been saying, and I'll continue to say it, or maybe every other, maybe every other week now, that there's a new addition to the continuing education starting January 1st. There is a class on implicit bias, and fair housing will be integrated into the existing. Both will be integrated into the existing continuing education. Is it 40 hours total, or is it 18? Minimum of 18 hours for consumer. Yeah, it's a 40 hours total, right? Continuing ed. So yeah, all right. That's what. It's no more than it was. It's just, we poured additional information out of it. And there's, you protect both of these, implicit bias and fair housing. It's about the 45 hours. Thanks, Joey. Both of these will protect you against liability, right? There's some very, very subtle nuances to these conversations that make sense once they're brought to your attention. Right? You should have looked here. All right, next we have. Thank you all for coming today. It's good to see you all. Broker Caravan every Tuesday. We go out and have some fun, 11 to 2. Meet here at the office, or otherwise check in with Tati, who has sometimes Samantha meets in different areas to survey different areas. But it's a great learning experience for everyone. And Thanksgiving potluck. We're going to bring that back Wednesday, November 16th, in office, 12 to 2. Tati will have a sign up, and it'll be fun. We always have fun. Great food, different cultures, sharing. Yeah, let's not go too heavy on desserts this year.
So we're doing this now like a week before Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
because a lot of people leave.
Well, it's like you do it on the same week. It feels like.
Yeah.
Overkill.
Yeah, that's a good idea. No,
Yeah.
it's good.
Alrighty, so that's the 16th. We'll be doing that. There's lots this week, lots this month actually. On the next upcoming classes. All right, what could be said? What more can be said about
And
them?
I'll be back. I just had a couple of showings yesterday and today, so it's just I've missed it. It's just the best part of my morning routine, and I really hope all of you will think about popping in once in a while.
Like Andy does, and
Yeah.
Ken was on there today too. It's and we're able to add another layer of information to the problem solving today, which is amazing.
Awesome. I missed it.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll be more. I mean, it's not okay that you're. Oh, don't. All right. Every morning, 9 o'clock. Everybody's welcome. It's energizing, to say the least. Need some transition music. Here we go. We have the classes for this week. Today is the 3rd. Is that correct? No. What is it? Second. Okay. So this is Friday. Generate your leads and grow your database. Then Monday, capture leads with open houses. Tuesday is capture leads with social media. And then on Wednesday, capture more leads.
Right now.
First of all, there should be, every day of the week should be about capturing leads, right? So I don't see this as overkill, especially in the market we're in. We have to do everything we possibly can. More, so that all of you in this room and online get your unfair share of opportunities, right? But Christy is a great teacher, and she's serving it up every day, 10 to 11:30. Sometimes a little bit more.
It says.
Yeah, that's just the morning weekend. Then also Scott Leroy, print marketing is tomorrow, and then website 201 on Friday. Switch over to Monday, Facebook paid ads, more important than they used to be. Command overview always on Tuesday, and smart plans on Wednesday. I am back in command, building up my database back in command. And it's
You are?
Yeah.
Is that going?
yeah, it's going fun.
Did you start fresh from scratch? or-
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to wipe it.
You could
Start
wipe
over.
it. You could wipe it. I know how to wipe it. Yeah.
Okay.
First you have to archive, then you go into setting. I'll show you.
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll,
but first you have to archive.
we'll meet, we'll set a meeting.
It'll take, I sat with Nick and Brian and took us all, Nick talked for 15 minutes and it was about 3 minutes of, how to wipe it. And I got that. Boom.
So for me, it'd be like 30 minutes. If it took
No,
me 30.
it's
Okay,
really not.
Okay.
I already have the path for you.
Okay.
All right, next is broker's class, Rich Pisani, listing agreement. That is today. Listing agreement, associated forms 425 today. I don't know how he fits it all into 1 hour, but I think he's going to deal with mostly the changes that occurred and changes that are coming. It's 4 to 5 today. Rich likes that cocktail hour class. You know, everybody really usually does. Next is
Buyer representation agreement is changing, right? Like in December. Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to become like major.
there are concepts, the format's not changing,
Mhm.
right? But there are concepts that are changing in there. Yeah, there's some bigger conversations. I don't know how much of it is actually going to go through. Okay, it's that time of year, guys. Business Planning Clinic. This is our first one. It's going to be at the LA Marriott. I am going to be hosting it. And there's going to be 2 or 3 other team leaders that are going to be teaching modules of it. What's that say, 3 hours?
Yeah.
It might be 4 hours, but we have it down for 3 hours, and it's really consolidation. Sign up early because there are limited seats. There goes the Eventbrite right there. Sign up early. I'd love to see as many of you in there as possible. Not an escape hatch, but I'm going to be doing let me put it this way. This will not make it an escape hatch. I'm doing a 6-hour version of it again before the end of the year. Okay. This is the 3-hour version, which I think is 4 hours, really going to be 4 hours and still be, scrape the surface, right? I mean, we've done the 6-hour.
What's your 6 hours?
I don't have the date on the other one. It's okay. But you'll be there for the next one.
Yes.
It'll be better because it's just me and Brian.
Ooh,
And it's 6 hours.
Can we come
Exactly.
early and stay
And
late?
I'll bring in some food. What's that? What did she say? She's in trouble. All right, so that is November 14th. No. Before the. That one keeps going. Yes.
Thank you. That was stressful. I could think he was coming
Yeah. I'll do it in 6-hour version. Okay. Andy. Oh, there she goes.
I'm
All right.
here.
Come on. Get in there.
I brought some added muscle here. Movement muscle. Here, let me-
That's right. All 3 want to be up here?
All right, you guys, you've heard me talk, I mean, for 10 years, but mainly over the last 9, 10 months, market updates, whatever. I thought I would bring in Brian Kiernan. He is the regional director for Movement Mortgage of Southern California.
I'm not shy. I'm gonna keep that.
But the camera is there.
We just don't- I just don't want Eric to stand next to me because he's devilish handsome and tall.
And Eric Formiller is the LA market director, market leader.
I'm gonna stand over here just so I don't get blinded by the light though.
So really quick market update, and then I'll let these guys kind of take it from there. The Fed obviously announced their 75 basis point rate hike. We've talked about this 1,000 times about really looking into what the headlines say, what direction the rhetoric sounds, and the tone of what's coming out of the Fed's mouth. And that is really a good indicator on what their thought is and a possible direction on where things are going. 75 basis point rate increase, there's hinting to a slowdown on the rate increases, which would lean us to believe that inflation is starting to wane. That is a good thing for mortgage rates. So set it Q4, Q1, Q2, keep your eyes on it and just pay attention to the headlines.
Nobody actually knows though. It's like magic 8 ball. Even than all the pundits and everything else. I've seen everything from rates going to be at 10%, rates going to be at 4.5%. Nobody really knows. It's all trends and everything else. Personally, I want to thank you guys all for being partners with us. I know how hard it is to be a realtor. I'm actually married to one. And we're grateful that you trust us as a business partner. And it's incredibly, we value that relationship and we cherish it. So the fact that you would give it to us and trust us with your income, we want to honor that. So Andy's obviously a professional. She's done great over the years for you guys. And she's been bugging me for a year to get up here, but with COVID and everything else that was going on, I'm grateful that you guys would have us. And I'm actually honored that Eric joined us as well. Eric's was a huge producer back in the day. Now you go into management, you're no longer allowed to produce. Your job is to actually help other people increase their business.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. As Brian mentioned, I was producing up until about a few months ago, and I built my career inside of real estate offices just like this. So I understand the value in the relationship, and whatever Brian and I and team can do to support it. Andy will let us know, we'll trickle down, but I appreciate you guys having us in this morning. I did want to go over one example just because I thought it was timely and wanted to share it with you guys this morning. I had a family dinner over at our house for her birthday on Sunday night. My sister is actually in the process of trying to buy a home, and she's like, oh, I'm going to wait till next year. Prices are going to come down. I think rates are going to ease. I said, well, tell me about the home. And it checks all the boxes, everything she needs in the right neighborhood, the size. It's actually a great lot. I said, let's put the numbers on paper and see what that actually means and make a couple of assumptions. So it was a $1.6 million list price. Her agent had said she thought she could get it for about 1.5 million because there was less competition. It was probably priced a little bit high. So putting 20% down on that would be on a $1.5 million purchase, a $1.2 million loan. Let's assume today's rate is 7% on a 30-year fixed. Over that next 30 years, well, first off, the payment was $79.84. Over the next 30 years, she pays $1,675,000 in interest. That's a huge number. I know it scares a lot of people, but if we make an assumption, again, according to the experts who believe that interest rates will fall somewhere between 5 and 6% next year, let's use 5.5% as an example. During that next year, the principal's been paid down by $12,000 in the first year. And I'm going to put all this on paper. You guys don't need to remember it all. The 30-year, yes. The 30-year fixed at 5.5% gives you a new monthly payment of $67.44, which saves you $1,240 per month. But more importantly, it saves about $430,000 over the 30-year fixed period. But you've paid $82,000 in interest on your first loan during that first 12 months. Again, this is looking at a year down the road. So if you take all of that into account, you're saving $350,000 on a home that hopefully you got at a discount, $100,000 discount. So theoretically, by buying today with the assumption that rates will come down, it's about a 25% discount on today's purchase price when you take into account the discount you got on the house plus the interest rate savings. So again, just reframing the picture with our buyers out there and showing them and advising them, you know, the adage or the popular term out right now is marry the house, date the rate. And this is an exact example of why that makes sense today. So if the house makes sense, it's the right house, the right neighborhood, let's show them what that savings will be. Put it on paper. It's super powerful. So again, I know that was a lot of information. I'll share with Andy and we can triple that down, but just want to share that example today because I thought it was pretty relevant.
Well, and we've talked about this before, these different illustrations that I can do for specific buyers if they're looking at a specific price point, even down to the zip code, we can plug it in and do a full illustration for them. I think the other piece too is, you know, at the end of the day, we're also in an extreme inventory problem. And until that's alleviated, let's talk about appreciation. Even if we're talking conservative numbers, if a house appreciates 4% or 5% over the next 12 months, and you've paid down your loan, right? And there's an opportunity to refinance down the road. Appreciation, paying it down, saving on interest, so on and so on and so on. So I'm happy to illustrate that. You guys know I'm here as a resource.
Part of your team.
Yes. Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll keep her for a few more weeks. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Brian or Eric?
Do you have like some kind of spreadsheet or something that we can have, so we can plug in the number for our clients or send it to them and we do that, or no? It's just easier. I don't want to do that.
It's probably easier. Yeah. Plus, you don't want to take the pressure and put that on you now that you're there.
You're right. I have way too much pressure.
And then we can get to know, Andy can get to know that particular buyer's scenario a little bit more intimately, and I think advise based on the particulars of theirs.
Yeah, especially in this market, I think, the buyer's equation is idiosyncratic in so many things, just, emotionally, financially, and it really needs to be looked at holistically to really come up with.
Yeah.
Right, compelling conversation, if it's their moment, right?
And less competition right now, right? Is if anytime there's any kind of fear in the market, it's, the smart investors come in and buy. And again, if we're looking at down the road they're artificially high, rates are artificially high. I mean, they've gone up 3.5% in 12 months. That's insane. So we strongly believe they will come down, and that opportunity is going to be.
And that's part of the reason rates are higher, is because nobody actually believes that these are real and there's no value to them. So if I were to sell a 6% coupon or 6% rate 6 months ago, it would have an astronomical value to it and everybody would be jumping at the opportunity. Now that same 6% rate, nobody believes that it's going to stay at that rate for a long period of time. So there's no buyers. They don't want it.
Well, everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen. It's like, our sellers, our valuations going to drop, or mortgage rates going to drop. What is?
And there'll be new products that will come into the market that will help us as well.
And what, like in terms of the product that you're offering to the clients, like how have things changed since, let's say, like 6 months ago? Like, and you mentioned there's new programs.
Well, there's some products are coming back into the market, just like a trend of anything else. Like we would see for the last several years, everybody was going towards a 30-year fixed mortgage because it was inexpensive and it was a great opportunity. You're seeing a lot more ARMs coming back into the market. You're seeing interest-only products. Now, with that, though, that's where it's super important to partner with Andy, is so that they understand that this is not a long-term solution. This is a gateway. This is how you get into the house. This is how you start doing it. But what is your long-term plan? And that partner for life. So we are seeing those come, interest-only ARMs, some 40-year amortizations, things to make it a little bit more affordable.
To bring down that monthly
Obligation, correct.
down. That's really the objective.
And you're still seeing the 10% down on the high jumbo space. You're going to see a little bit of that retract in the next few months as we, like you said, Joey, figure out what's going to happen with values. So a lot of times the mortgage banks will go, hey, you know what? We're not super confident right now that we're going to hold that appreciation level. So rather than going 10% down, we want to step back to 15% down. So we'll have to look at doing combinations like we did back 10 years ago or 5 years ago, where you're doing an 80-10-10 or an 85-15 or something to that effect.
Yeah, that's become a bigger topic, actually. A year ago, year and a half ago, I know I was in here, I was talking about the jumbo product with 10% down. Because of the added layer of risk of market conditions, that product sort of pulled back. I mean, in terms just sheer pricing, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I'm back to seeing more split scenarios of doing a first and a second. And again, with people understanding that all things are temporary, there certainly will be an opportunity down the road. If it's 8 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, whatever it is, there's always ebbs and flows. There's always transition, and what goes up always comes down. Yeah.
Well, another thing I would mention too is that we're really trying to push it. We've been doing it, but our long-term plan is for all of our programs to be serviced by a movement mortgage. Currently, a majority of them are, but some get farmed out to different banking on the secondary market. Our goal is to have that all in-house. And the reason why we want to do that is so that we can push it back to you guys as realtors when, hey, this guy is looking to get pre-approved. We're already capturing it on the pre-approval kit. Andy will get an alert that, hey, this person's getting the credit report, starts talking to him, go, hey, we're going to sell. Well, have you talked to Joey? And so our goal is to push that back so we consolidate our relationships even stronger so that we can build a true partnership.
A different perspective on servicing now than it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge opportunity for future business.
Yeah, love it.
Cool.
Love it. Anything else for you guys?
I just had a quick question for Eric. In your example with your sister, why would you have suggested on a jumbo loan, why would you have suggested a 30-year fix knowing she was going to refinance it?
I was just using that for an example. I strongly believe in the ARMs personally, just because if we look at trends and again, we've been in a very unique market now for, call it 15 years. But I strongly believe in ARMs just because if we look at California, Southern California in general, the average time a homeowner keeps their loan, if we look over a 30-year period, is 9.1 years or less. I love the 10-1 ARM personally, but I'm also younger-ish, and can afford a little bit more risk. So it's all about risk and the plan, finding out what each homeowner's plan is, right? If it's a new couple that just had a baby and they're adding their family, they're gonna buy up. It's just, I personally advise clients, or at least put a side by side, because if you look at a 10-year comparison on how much interest and principal is paid over that first 10 years, and let's say they're comfortable with a 30-year fixed payment, it's $500 more, $400 more, and they get the 10-year arm and they take that $400 savings and apply it towards their principal every month, then the savings doubles over that 10-year period. So I was just using the 30 years as an example, but I personally, I'm a huge believer in the 7 to 10-year arms.
It's quite dependent, quite honestly. Yeah, some people are just risk averse.
And every,
Well, yeah, I think in the last few years, certainly with the rates being so low, but
But we even saw it in 2006 and 2004. Like there was just some buyers that, nope, 30-year fix, 30-year fix, 30-year fix.
And like Brian had said, if the client wants to consider an interest only today, if we genuinely believe rates are going to come down, why would you get a 30-year fix if you're going to refinance it?
that was my point.
Yeah.
Right. So show them the payment savings.
We try to give them all the options.
Cash flow, yeah, but you've got to present options.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks
guys.
for having us, guys.
Thank you,
You guys should hang out. We're hanging out.
Hang around the food. Everybody will get to it. All right. What do you have, Tate? Raha, are you on the Raha, are you on today? Maybe.
Hello. Hi.
Oops, sorry.
Can you hear me? Hi. I'll be quick, just to follow up on what I brought up last week in regards to completing the RPA and disclosures when buyer or seller is an entity. So Itati sent out a quick guide. I hope everybody got that. It's a really great tool from CAR's website. Just make sure to check your emails for the email updates. It's in there from last week. If you have any questions regarding that, you can reach out to me.
I have a question for Raha. So this just recently happened. We're closing on a transaction and we didn't get the broker's disclosures signed. The agent is not familiar with it. We had some pushback and is advised that he's not going to have the client sign our disclosures. So what would be the response that you would like us to provide to the listing agent in that type of scenario? Even though we've said acquired by our office, compliance department, so on and so forth, and they're still like, well, it's not part of the PAR form, so they're not going to honor it.
Right. So I'm glad you brought this up because it's very important. These types of things come up often, that a lot of sellers or buyers or agents don't want to sign particular forms. And if it's the forms that are mandatory, which is like the SBQ, the TDS, or NHD, you guys have to reach out to me and Rich to let us know ahead of time that they are refusing to sign these required forms. If it's forms outside of those that are required, we just need the email response that you asked for them and they responded back saying that they will not sign those forms, and we will need that added to your file. But if it's any of the big disclosures, and we can talk about this separately as well if you have additional questions, but those forms, if they are not signing them, you guys have to reach out to us ahead of time and not the day of closing, because we need to know about that as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's important that those, that the KW addendums and disclosures get delivered.
Okay.
Whether they signed them or not.
So we got our buyers to sign it, but then,
Okay.
yeah, so we'll upload those then, and
Just
the
get,
email.
you get an acknowledgement,
Yeah.
like print out the a receipt that they were received. That's all you need to do.
Perfect.
Exactly. Yes.
It's a low bar. Prefer to get them signed, but yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Raha.
Thank you.
Ben, are you here today?
Hey, I am. I'm at. Hey, Joey. Hey, guys. So Halloween's come and gone. I mean, I can't believe we're in November already, and it's not too late to start thinking about Christmas. And I know nobody wants to think that far, but at this point, we need to start thinking about what we can do to stand out, if you will. And here's an idea for you guys. It's so out of left field. I think you're gonna get some calls, right? Obviously send out your Christmas card and do that stuff, but let's attach a grant deed, to your spirit influence. I almost guarantee you'll get some calls coming back to you asking what this is or whatnot. So, just an idea, just to be different, to stand out. Let me know if you guys are interested in doing that. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
All right, send a grantee with your holiday card.
I love it. I love it. It'll stir the pot for sure. I love
Stir the pot. Hey, you know what? There's services out there that charge $15-20 to a consumer to get that copy. Send it to them. Let them know that they're up to date with their situation and so on, and you're just looking out for them. Wrap that up into a nice message and talk about real estate.
I love it. Love it. Thanks, Sven.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Say hi. All right, let's go forward. We got a lot. Larchmont Escrow. David, are you on? Joshua. All right, let's go forward. All right, let's talk about new agents, I think, or birthdays. Congratulations, cappers. Bam, we went right for it. There's no lead in. Alex, and Rachel.
Hey.
I have some hats for you both. Right? Some capper hats. Rachel, congratulations. All right. Alex, come on. Let's get in here.
Be in the background of those.
Yippee. Congratulations. You both. Excellent. You gotta love that.
Yeah.
Great job, girls.
All right, meet our new agent.
Sorry, I'm just really excited about them.
Right the way.
They're both so wonderful.
It's
Wonderful.
for sure.
That's green. Yeah, that's all.
Did you get it all?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
more later.
You jump in wherever you need to. All right, we have lots of new agents. If you're here, please raise your hand, say hi. We have Derek Townsend and Laura Townsend, Moriel Lang, also Batani, who I think Batani was on Project Runway. Andrea, who I think is on the Zoom there. Also Luis, Angel, and also Nadia, all joined this month. Say hello when you have the chance, and welcome. Welcome. All right, next is birthdays. Today is Lauren Charney's birthday. Tomorrow's Aviv Tannenbaum. Also, Peyton is tomorrow. And then this week, Quentin, who I saw yesterday, and Susan Rose. Happy birthday. Did we miss somebody? You keep
No.
you want to go
should
back?
Text Lauren if
Oh, okay. We do that. All right. Closed escrows this week. Valentine Group closed 2. Joseph Lee closed 1. Angela Bond, Heidi Davis closed a few, and Andrew Woodward, the Woodward team, I would say, closed 1 on Plymouth. Congratulations, you guys. Yes. Some new escrows. Christine and Don sure have 1 on Finley and Alex Dion on Colonial. Congratulations. As Lorna would say, get that free money.
Get that money.
All right. Congratulations on closed leases. Anna Lee, Dragon, congratulations. Stephen Champ. And that's it. All right. Congratulations on those leases this week. And new listings. What do we got? Single family. Bring it. Youthside has a place in on Mar Vista in Pasadena, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 854 square feet for 844 square feet for $560,000. Congratulations, that looks cute actually. Eileen Lanza in Gower, right on the corner there, has a 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 17 it's a lot of square footage. It actually has an ADU in the back, an unpermitted ADU, and it's 1.7800. Leases. De Young Her has 1 in Lexington, 3 bedroom, 4 bath, for 7,000 square feet. $7,000 per month. Right. Sharon Bostomsky is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 600 square feet for $2,150 in Santa Monica. Elan has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath on Kingsley Drive, 2,200 square feet for $7,700. And pocket listings coming soon. Who has something they want to talk about coming soon? Pocket listing. Tiffany.
I'm gonna raise my hand first. You always get mad at me for butting in later. I mentioned this last week, but we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in West LA that's coming on the market tomorrow. It's 1,100 square feet, a good, first time type of property. It is move-in ready. What else can I do? It has a great West LA. It'll be listed for about $728,000. Has a spacious front patio and then a patio off the primary suite too.
Single floor.
1 floor, in-unit laundry, and HOA dues about $375 per month, I believe.
Parking spots.
2 spaces, tandem. Yeah, come see it. It'll be open Saturday, Sunday, 1 to 4.
Excellent. Anyone else? Pocket listings coming soon. Ms. Christina.
We had this on the market before. We pulled it off the market. We had to do a little bit of renovation. We decided to finish the work that she decided to leave hanging for a little bit. Anyway, so we finished that. We missed the market, so we were holding it back, but it is definitely for sale. She wants a replacement property. She's already shopping for her replacement, so I have to sell this first. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 something square feet. It's at the Tokyo Villa. So
Downtown.
yeah, downtown LA. So in Little Tokyo.
Is it an over? Is it?
No, it's not a senior. No, it's not a senior community. So it's on the corner of 3rd and Central Avenue, walking distance to Honda Plaza, Little Tokyo, everything. Super, super cute, has a balcony, totally move-in ready finally. So laundry in unit, comes with 2 side-by-side parking. You can have it all. Yeah, and pricing, we came on the market at $570. I've had several offers on that. The client she's willing to settle for like maybe $585. So definitely under 6. It's an amazing building for what it's worth. It's one of the most healthiest reserves in downtown LA. They have currently 1.5 million in reserves in their HOA, and they've been built since they were built in roughly about 35 years ago. So,
Excellent.
So please come talk to me.
Come get it. Okay. Anyone else coming soon?
There's a bee. I haven't seen you forever.
They're coming for you. As soon as I let that go, they're coming. Okay. Okay. And next, I think it's wants and needs. No.
I want something. I want a lot of things, but I have a client. Crazy, and I have a client who's looking for a lease, 2-bedroom. She can go up to mid-4,000s, wants some character, in good shape, kind of in this area. We've seen a lot of stuff. There's a lot of schmuck. If you guys have something coming up, let us know.
Bucket stuff.
Yeah, and a smaller building. Like, and you have, okay, and you can
Take 2 are small.
really
3
big.
All right.
Okay, let's talk one.
Just and it's gonna be a little more. What do you got, David?
We have was actually a pocket, it's a listing I've got that's coming out, it's signed. It's 2 doors from the one I just sold in Woodland Hills, 4912. Alano Drive, it's $1,575,000, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, all updated. Great hillside views, and it's move-in condition, Spanish, Mediterranean feel, but modern touches. And it will be on the market in the next 10 days. And I just sold the one 2 doors away for $1,600,000 that appraised. And I also have a $3 million house coming up in Encino that will be a nice estate property that will probably need some work on White Oak. And I have one in White Oak, I'm sorry, in Monterey Park that's already signed, still waiting for $1.3 million. That's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's about 2,300 feet. That's on a knoll with a great view of Monterey Park on a cul-de-sac.
Excellent. All right. Is that all coming in the next,
See you in a couple of weeks.
next couple of weeks?
Where is it? White Oak in Encino.
White Oak is,
Right across the next, exit after Balboa.
yeah, it's
Okay.
one of the major streets,
Yeah,
north and
okay.
south streets of Encino.
Is it on, is it south of the board or is it on, so it's not so crazy to people?
It's south of the boulevard on the west side of White Oak,
What's the lot size?
probably about 15.
2 stories or one?
Charlotte goes deep.
Well,
The lot is deep, it's 2 stories. The lady's been there for a long time, she's moving to an assisted living, so you haven't seen it, but just the outside probably needs work.
Yeah, that's not the
oh,
issue.
you haven't seen it.
So like, we're on wants and needs, I guess.
You need
I need-
that.
Well, I don't need that. I need a lot of land. Toluca Lake to Hidden Hills, 1 story though, up to 4 cash.
1 story. Got it. All right. Anyone else? Wants, needs? Fill the buckets. I want to fill the bucket for Zoe and Quentin and all the kids who show up for the Tuesday caravan. It's really fun to go out with them. Louise and everyone. It's really fun to go out with them, and it's a great energy. They're really enthusiastic. They're inquisitive and bright, and it's fun. It fills me up, right? Anybody else wants, needs? Anybody on the call who has a want or need that would like to express themselves? Brian, was there anything in that chat? Check the chat. All right. Okay. All right.
Check the chat.
Check the chat. Question was about spreadsheet. That was Brian. Welcome new agents. No. Don't forget about the business planning clinic. What else? Anybody? Oh, yeah, okay. I'd also like to fill the bucket for the staff who did another bang up job with the monthly mixer, Tati and short stories. It's really fun. This month's monthly mixer is going to be the Thanksgiving potluck. Yeah, so.
And how was short stories? I had to pick
It
up
was
Brandon at the airport and I was so bummed that I couldn't come, but it seems like a good venue, right?
They did a really lovely job with the environments, and yeah, I'm a fan. I love to thank Movement Mortgage.
Yes.
I'll just thank everyone for always showing up and always being an amazing support system for all of us in our individual businesses and the office businesses. So, okay, anything else? Thanks, Nick. You're not the greatest litmus test. These two. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great week. Don't forget about signing up for the business plan and the mixer next week. Okay. Great.
Vote, guys,
Vote,
vote, vote.